Hello, my name is Richard. Welcome to our English torture chamber. No, I'm kidding. If you are watching this, I suppose you must be somewhat more interested in learning English than many other students, aren't you? For all the years, students in Nantai find it difficult to improve their English proficiency. Part of the reason why is most students tend to spend just 2 hours weekly in their English classes listening to their teachers. After class, they do very little at home and wait until it's class time again. They study only for the midterm, final, or whenever they have quizzes. Soon after the semester is over, many of them end up forgetting about what they have learned in class. Well, we do have some sort of self-access learning system for students. That is, thousands of students are required to go to S212 Self-Access Learning Center and see this guy. The problem is, many students don't really know what to do over there at all. They may keep staring at the screen, killing time, trying to find if there's something interesting, and waiting until they have accumulated enough hours required by the teacher. Now, the purpose of our English self-learning class is to train you to be more self-motivating, proactive, and independent learners. We're not going to do a lot in class. Actually, we don't even have any fixed class time to let everybody see each other, including me. This is mainly an online course. So you are not going to listen to me preaching how to be a good boy or good girl in class or explaining English vocabulary or grammatical rules. No, that's not going to happen. Because I trust you have been through that enough in many other classes, including those provided in our English Plus program. We are not even discussing something specifically prepared for educational purpose, namely textbook or any online learning material. What we are doing here will be mainly about the so-called real-world English. That is, we are sharing interesting and useful topics about what people really do on their job, in leisure time, at home, on the move, or anything else. In English, of course. We sometimes even let you pick up whatever you think are interesting, like animations, MMORPGs, Squid Games, fashion, electronic gadgets, boys and girls, pandemic, technology, and so on, you name it. Now here's the deal. This course is totally text-based. The assignment each week mainly composed of 3 parts: quizzes, dictations, and note-taking. Let's begin with the quizzes. Every week we will assign an article, a web page, a short sound file, or a YouTube video. Then I will prepare a couple of exercises to verify your understanding. For example, I will give you 2 or 3 questions and ask you to do some treasure hunt within the materials. You will need to quote from the materials or point out where you find such information by telling me the exact line numbers or time positions. Of course, I will still give you several comprehension questions in multiple choice format like those in other tests. Secondly, you will receive a shorter sound file or video clip with which you will be asked to do something called dictation. That is, you have to write down whatever you hear, word by word. In the next week, we will give you the complete data source as well as the transcript so that you have a chance to see what goes wrong. This can be very tiring, time-consuming, painstaking, and frustrating process in the beginning. However, dictation is one of the most effective ways to boost both your listening skill and vocabulary level. After being tortured for at least 1 whole year, you will see the difference. Last but not least, let's talk about note-taking. For whatever material provided, you will be asked to listen or read carefully and then complete a learning sheet like this. To do so, you will have to explain the topic, time used, what new words, sentences, or grammar you learned. You will also tell us what appears the most impressive to you. As your mentor, I would like to know what problems you have solved or need to solve. Finally, you will explain what further study plan you have on this topic. You can also find your own extra interested topic and materials. Anyway, I would like to see you complete at least 8 learning sheets this semester, which will make up 40% of your grade. You'll be 5% for each learning sheet, while the teacher will determine whether your learning sheet is good enough to entitle you to these 5%. Though this is an online course mainly based on assignments, some sort of human interactions are still inevitable. We will speak to each other in person or via network platforms such as Microsoft Teams or Google Meet to give you an opportunity to explain what you have been busy with recently. You don't have to do this in English, even though we do encourage you to do so. I expect this to happen every other week. In my appointed office hour provided in the course description, the number of our interactions will account for 10% of your grade. You don't want to miss it. By the way, the amount of time you spend on the assignments will account for 20% of your grade. Thus, your efforts will definitely pay off. Overall, this self-learning class will surely keep you busy throughout the semester. Well, this is exactly what we tend to do. We hope to habituate every one of you to some sort of independent learning. Your campus life will end within years, yet your learning habits should prevail. In the future, there will be no teacher to keep an eye on you, and I wish, after our training, you will be able to carry on with your own learning. Here is a complete list of our standard of evaluation. If you still feel confused, you are more than welcome to ask any question. Just keep in touch.